Have you ever met someone who changed the entire gravity of your world? Someone whose arrival feels as if it was written in a language only your soul understands. Carl Jung would say that when the universe sends someone into your life with such force, it's not just about love, it's about awakening. But how can you tell if this man is truly chosen by the universe, or if you're simply getting lost in another cycle of desire and projection? Today we're looking at 3 strong signs that show when a man's presence in your life is no coincidence, but a sign your soul has been waiting for. If you're ready to look beyond appearances and listen to what your subconscious wants to tell you, stay with me. Tip number 1, the shadow mirror. When a man comes into your life and evokes strong feelings in you, both beautiful and unsettling, he might not just be a lover, but a mirror. Jung described the shadow as the part of us that we repress, ignore, or deny. It is the hidden source of anger, fear, longing, and unfulfilled desires. When you meet someone who feels like a magnet, whose presence moves something deep within you, it often means your shadow has been activated. Suddenly, you might feel passion, intense desire, or a connection that feels like destiny. At the same time, you may feel fear, resistance, or inner conflict. This is no coincidence. If you've spent your whole life avoiding feelings of anger, you may feel drawn to a man who is direct, assertive, or even aggressive. If you have suppressed your sensuality, he may awaken desire in you, along with fear of surrendering to it. If you're determined to stay in control, he may appear to break that pattern, demanding that you let go and trust. Jung said, "We become what we fear the most." The people who trigger us the deepest are often the ones showing us what we hide from ourselves. The universe uses these connections to invite you to face your shadow, to embrace what you have denied, and to become whole. That's why, for Jung, love was not just a feeling, it was a path to transformation. Sign number 2, the animus awakening. Every woman carries within her an inner man, an archetype Jung called the animus. This is not about gender, it is the inner force shaping your decisions, thoughts, dreams, and desires. When a man enters your life and feels like he carries a piece of your destiny, it may be because he is reflecting your animus. In its immature phases, the animus shows up as the inner critic, or as the fantasy of a perfect savior. It is the voice that says, "You are not enough unless someone else confirms it." If you meet a man who triggers obsession, fear of abandonment, or idealized fantasies in you, you might be projecting your unconscious animus onto him. This can lead you to lose yourself in relationships, to try to merge with him, believing he will complete you. But when your animus becomes conscious to you, something changes. You no longer see him as a savior, but as a mirror reflecting your own strength, intellect, courage, and life purpose. You feel resonance, not dependency, inspiration instead of fear. You can admire him without losing yourself. You feel seen by him without losing your voice. You grow with him without abandoning your own path. When a man's presence brings out your strength, intellect, and authenticity, he may fit into your inner journey towards wholeness. He is not there to save you, but to walk beside you. Sign number 3, the sign of synchronicity. Jung described synchronicity as meaningful coincidences that align with your inner world and reveal a hidden order of reality. When someone enters your life, your world becomes full of signs, dreams, and recurring symbols. Often it is the universe speaking to you. This is not about obsessive overthinking or seeing patterns where none exist. True synchronicity feels calm, like a quiet realization, not like restless chasing. It can appear as dreaming of him before meeting, seeing his name repeatedly when you're deep in thought, or meeting him in a way that makes no logical sense, but you feel your paths were meant to cross exactly like that. When such synchronicities arise, it's not about the other person alone. It's about what is awakening within you. The universe uses these signs to turn your attention inward. Ask yourself, what is this experience showing me about myself? Which part of me is being activated by this connection? What old patterns am I being invited to leave behind? The appearance of synchronicity does not guarantee the relationship will last forever. It means it carries a symbolic, initiating energy meant to spark your growth. The real question, if you want to know if he is chosen by the universe, is not, does he love me? The question is, does this connection help me love myself more? Does his presence illuminate your path, or does it distance you from yourself? The true one chosen by the universe is not the one who promises you fairy tales, but the one who awakens you to your own potential. He may challenge you to speak your truth, set boundaries, reclaim your softness, and step into your mission. This doesn't always feel comfortable, but it feels real. In this way, he becomes a key, not a guarantee forever, but a door into your becoming. When you see love through Jung's lens, you realize every connection is a mirror, a message, and an invitation to change. The universe is speaking, but are you ready to listen? Because listening begins within yourself. When Carl Jung explored the unconscious, he knew love was never simply the random meeting of two people. Love is a force that tests, breaks, and shapes you. Sometimes the one you meet is not meant to stay, but to show you something, parts of yourself you could never see alone. That's why so many people become confused. They feel such a strong connection that they convince themselves it must be forever. But the universe works differently. Sometimes a soul connection appears to bring you back to yourself, not to carry you forever. When you understand this, you stop asking if he will stay, and you start asking what you are meant to learn through him. Many of us were raised on stories making us believe in a perfect savior, a man who will lift you from the ground, whose touch will erase all pain. Jung would say, that is the unconscious animus whispering, when I find him, I will be whole. But when the universe chooses someone for you, it is not for fantasies, but for transformation. His presence will not complete you, but will hold up the truth to your face. He will stand before you like a mirror, showing you what you need to heal. If you are brave enough to see him clearly, not through longing but through awareness, you will see yourself more clearly too. One of the clearest signs that a man is a soul catalyst is how deeply he moves you. Does his honesty break through your illusions? Does his presence push you to face your fear of intimacy? Does his love invite you to remove the armor you've worn to feel safe? When the universe chooses someone to awaken you, alongside desire, you will also feel discomfort. You will feel called to grow in ways you never expected. Your instinct might be to run away, or to hold on so tightly that you lose yourself in him. Jung would remind you that the invitation is to stand firm, look closely, and integrate everything. When someone mirrors your shadow, they do not come to destroy you, but to show you what still needs your love. When a woman has not yet made her animus her friend, her relationships are often shaped by projections. She seeks strength outside of herself, chases wisdom in someone else's mind, and clings to validation because she has not yet anchored her own worth within herself. But when the right man comes, he will not feed these illusions. He will see them. He will gently or forcefully refuse to play the role you have unconsciously assigned him. He will challenge you to stand in your truth, to speak even when your voice trembles, to make decisions aligned with your mission rather than his approval, to trust your own mind and intuition instead of outsourcing your power. He will invite you to integrate the healthy masculine within you, not by replacing your strength with his, but by reflecting it back to you until you claim it as your own. One of Jung's greatest insights was that synchronicity is a signal, not a guarantee. When signs appear, dreams, symbols, repeating numbers, it does not mean you should cling at all costs. It means pay attention. You might have this unshakable feeling that this man is meant to be in your life, but sometimes the ones with whom we feel the strongest sense of destiny are not meant to stay forever. They are forerunners. They awaken you, burn away illusions, and bring you back to yourself. If you hold on to them, you might miss the very lesson they came to teach you. Jung's perspective invites you to ask, what does this connection open within me? Does it invite me to trust, to let my walls fall, to recognize my patterns of self-abandonment, to discover how deeply I can stand in love without losing myself? Sometimes the greatest heartbreaks are the holiest teachers because they open you exactly where you were closed. They shed light on what was hidden, and they force you to remember your own strength. When someone is chosen by the universe, it does not mean your free will disappears. You still decide. You decide whether to stay awake or repeat old patterns. You decide whether to cling out of fear or let go in trust. You decide whether to lose yourself in him or meet yourself through him. The universe can send you the right person, but only you can decide what to do with that invitation. If he is truly the right one for you, his presence will not make you smaller. It will make you braver. It will not feed your illusions. It will burn them away. It will not save you. It will remind you that you do not need saving. That is the paradox of a soul-level connection. You may never be the same after meeting him, but that does not mean you have to hold on to him forever. It means you honor him as part of your becoming. You keep the door he opened within you wide open, even if he leaves, because the lesson was never to keep him. It was to find yourself again. You may wonder whether the universe sends someone to awaken you. How do you know if it's love or just another cycle of desire? Carl Jung would remind you that true love is not possession. It is an alchemy that transforms you from within. It is not about who stays or who leaves, but about who you become through the connection. You will notice that a soulmate connection brings both light and discomfort into your life. It can open your heart while bringing your fears to the surface. It can give you joy while also revealing your deepest insecurities. You might feel a strong urge to run away or cling tightly out of fear of losing this connection. But that does not mean the connection is wrong. It is a sign that it is real. A connection chosen by the universe does not leave you unchanged. It will challenge the walls you built to protect yourself. It will ask you to show yourself, even in your rawest, most unguarded moments. It reflects back to you the parts of yourself that still need healing, not to shame you, but to call you back to yourself. Jung spoke of individuation, the process of becoming whole. Love, in its truest form, becomes the catalyst for this individuation, and it will ask you to let go of who you think you need to be in order to be loved, and invite you to be fully yourself. You will find that you want to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. You will feel that you want to express your needs, even if it makes you vulnerable. You will find the courage to walk away if the connection asks you to betray your convictions. This is not about testing love with drama. It is about realizing that a true connection can withstand the truth. It will become stronger in honesty. It will not ask you to abandon yourself just to keep the relationship. Many people fear showing their truth in love because they fear rejection. But Jung would say that love demanding you to give up your truth is not love that serves your becoming. If he is truly meant for you by the universe, your truth will not push him away. It will bring out his truth as well. You will find that both of you grow in each other's presence, not by force, but through the natural unfolding that happens when you are truly seen. Conversations will feel alive even when they challenge you. You will feel encouraged to pursue your mission, your niche, your creativity, instead of making yourself small just to keep him comfortable. You will experience moments of silence that feel safe, not empty. You will feel held, not possessed. You will feel inspired, not drained. When the universe sends a soulmate connection, it often comes when you least expect it. Not when you are desperately seeking, but when you are at peace with yourself. It can come in a time of transition, in a period of solitude, or after you have chosen to prioritize your inner world. It might surprise you because it does not come to fill a void, but to mirror the wholeness you have begun to cultivate within yourself. You will feel a resonance, a quiet knowing beneath the excitement. You might see yourself in his eyes, as if you've met before. Not in a fantasy of a past life, but because he sees the parts of you you worked so hard to uncover within yourself. This connection will not want to rush you. It will not manipulate you. It does not come with lack. It invites you to be here and now, to slow down, to breathe deeply. Jung would tell you that synchronicity often appears with such connections. You might keep seeing numbers, have dreams, or notice symbols that align with this person's presence in your life. These are not signs to hold on tightly, but indications of what this connection is here to teach you. You might feel fear arising, old wounds awakening. The part of you that has been hurt before whispers, "Don't trust this." Old stories might try to protect you, telling you to close your heart, but a connection truly based on the soul feels different, even in fear. There is a gentleness in the way he is present, a consistency in his presence, a safety in his words and actions that calms your nervous system. You will notice that your patterns of self-abandonment are tested. You are invited to set boundaries on boards, not as walls, but as expressions of self-respect. You are invited to soften, not by losing yourself, but by trusting yourself. You are invited to receive support without guilt or fear. If he is chosen by the universe, he will not demand your light without sharing his own. He will truly meet you, not just superficially. He will see your shadows and not use them against you. He will not play games that trigger your fear of losing control. Instead, he will stand by your side, reflecting your commitment to growth and presence. And this connection will not be perfect. There will be moments of misunderstandings, differences, and human flaws. But beneath it all lies a foundation of respect and a shared desire for truth. You will feel the freedom to be yourself, to explore your desires, to share your dreams, and to express your fears. You will notice that you feel more connected to yourself in his presence, not less. Your creativity may expand, your intuition may sharpen, your heart may open more, even in vulnerable moments. Because this is exactly what a true soul connection does. It aligns you with your essence. The universe does not send someone to complete you. It sends someone to walk beside you as you continue becoming who you are meant to be. A soulmate connection chosen by the universe brings you into deeper responsibility towards yourself. It calls you to stop living in patterns of blame and projection and instead step into your inner authority. You will begin to see that your response to love is a reflection of your relationship with yourself. If you notice yourself clinging anxiously, constantly seeking reassurance or fearing abandonment, this connection will invite you to see where you are still unable to give yourself security, where you still do not trust yourself enough to know that you will be okay even if someone else leaves, where you still believe that love is something you must earn instead of knowing you are worthy of it just by being. Carl Jung would tell you that the purpose of such connections is to bring your unconscious patterns into awareness. You can deeply understand yourself by observing how you respond to him, how you communicate, how you maintain or give up your boundaries. Every uncomfortable moment becomes an opportunity for your healing. When you meet someone who is on your wavelength, your connection becomes a safe space where you can try new ways of being, expressing your needs calmly instead of out of fear, listening to his truth without seeing it as rejection, being honest instead of hiding parts of yourself just to keep the peace. This is love as a spiritual practice where each encounter is a chance to remain aligned with your integrity. This man will not complete you, but he will hold space for your becoming. His presence will feel steady, not because he is perfect, but because he is willing to work on himself too. You will see how he consciously faces his own shadows. You will witness his commitment to growth, honesty, and presence. You will not have to drag him along on your path, and he will not ask you to diminish yourself on yours. Together you will create a dynamic where honesty is valued, where differences are respected, and where love becomes a force for growth, not just a comfort zone. In many relationships, people get caught in unconscious patterns. One becomes the pursuer, the other withdraws. One takes on care, the other becomes dependent. But a soul-level connection creates balance. You learn to hold your own feelings while still receiving support. You learn to give without losing yourself. You learn to receive without guilt. That is the invitation of a true partnership chosen by the universe. To learn how to remain whole while loving another deeply. To stand firm in your truth while allowing closeness. To maintain your autonomy while sharing your life with someone else. Jung taught that the unconscious wants to become conscious, and relationships are among the strongest mirrors for this transformation. The patterns you bring into your connection are not there to shame you, but to guide you. If you notice yourself falling back into old habits, people-pleasing, abandoning yourself, or shutting down out of fear, pause and look closely. Ask yourself, which part of me is afraid? Which part feels unsafe in expressing its needs? Which old story is trying to write my present? Your ability to pause, reflect, and choose again is what will change your life. The universe sends you connections aligned with your soul to support this transformation, but not to save you from the work itself. This connection will require you to develop emotional maturity. You will need to take responsibility for your own triggers. Communicate clearly instead of relying on hidden expectations. Truly listen instead of waiting to defend yourself. Be fully present instead of performing a role to be loved. You will notice that with this man, you are not playing a part. You are not trying to be someone you think he wants. You are simply yourself. And he meets you there, seeing you clearly, respecting your truth and your boundaries, not because it is convenient, but because it fits. Love becomes an act of freedom, not possession. You both grow individually while nurturing the connection you share. You inspire each other to keep walking your paths, to be more present, and to expand your capacity to love. You will experience moments of deep calm where your nervous system feels safe, your body relaxed, and your mind clear. This is what true harmony feels like. It is not without challenges, but even the challenges have their purpose. I call you to deepen your honesty and commitment, to live your truth. Sometimes your mind will try to interfere, telling you it is too good to be true or that you should run away before you get hurt. But the invitation is to remain present, to choose the connection again and again without losing yourself in the process. If he is truly meant for you by the universe, he will nurture your wholeness, not your dependency. He will celebrate your individuality, not fear it. He will honor your truth, not demand you silence it. He will hold your hand, not as a lifeline, but as a companion on your journey. This is what it feels like to meet someone who is walking your soul path with you. This is not a fairy tale designed to trap you in fantasies. It is a sacred moment that keeps you awake, aligned, and truly alive. A connection chosen by the soul does not make you doubt every night where you stand. It does not ask you to sacrifice your dignity for a few crumbs of attention. It does not thrive on games or illusions, on hot and cold to keep you hooked. It is clear, steady, and vibrant. When the universe sends you someone who nurtures your growth, it feels like a quiet yes in your body. Even if your mind is still afraid, you feel your nervous system relax around him. Even as your heart opens in new ways, you notice that you want to grow, not for him, but because you feel inspired from within. You will notice old patterns resurfacing, but this time you see them clearly. You feel the urge to run when intimacy deepens, but now you pause and breathe because you realize you are safe. You notice the habit of wanting to please everyone to keep the peace, but you remember that your voice matters. You feel the discomfort of being seen in your vulnerability, but you choose to remain open because that is what the right connection does. It does not fix you. It holds up a mirror so you can heal yourself. It does not rescue you from your shadows. It stands by your side as you walk through them. It does not complete you. It amplifies the wholeness you are learning to claim for yourself. Carl Jung taught that the path of individuation is the process of becoming whole, and love is one of the greatest teachers along that path. The people we meet are catalysts, mirrors, and sometimes soul companions who walk beside us as we unfold. If he is truly meant for you by the universe, you will feel more like yourself with him. You will notice your feminine essence awakening, your intuition sharpening, and your desires becoming clearer. You will feel safe enough to rest, to relax, and to express your needs without fear of being abandoned. You will not feel the need to prove your worth to him. You will not chase after him or make yourself small to be loved. Instead, you will feel seen in your wholeness, and you will see him in his. You will experience love not as performance, but as pure presence. And even if the path with him is not forever, you will know that the connection was real because it brought you closer to yourself, your mission, and your inner balance. You will not regret opening your heart. Even if it hurts, you will see how much you have grown because of it. You will not cling out of fear because you trust that what is meant for you will stay, and what is meant to go will free you for your next chapter. Love is not here to imprison you. It is here to set you free. It is here to remind you that you are capable of depth, presence, and truth. It is here to teach you that you are already whole. The right man will not pull you away from your path. He will walk beside you as you live it. He will not demand your light while hiding his own. He will not be afraid of your power, your softness, or your truth. He will stand beside you, neither above nor below you. If you have found this man, cherish the connection, but stay true to yourself. Keep growing, keep speaking, keep loving, keep trusting. And if you have not found him yet, do not seek out of emptiness. Root yourself, in your truth, your essence, your mission. Because the universe sends the right connections to those who are ready. Walk with them, not with those waiting to be rescued. Carl Jung would tell you that the universe is not separate from you. It flows through you, and you are the co-creator of your journey. The right connection will not complete you, but it will reflect the love, presence, and alignment you have chosen within yourself. And through this, you will discover that the greatest love story is not about being chosen by someone else, but about choosing yourself so fully that you can meet another as a whole.